Hello, I'm Sandy Walden from Serenity, your master grief coach. If you're joining me, please give me a wave, say hello, let me know how this resonates with you. Again and again and again, I'm reminded we just don't know what we don't know. So here's an amazing example. Yesterday, I'm in this office working with one of my amazing clients. Hello, Chris. I'm so glad you popped on. And as I'm sitting here, I see a sheriff's car pull into my drive or pull up in front of the house. And I didn't think much of it. And then the doorbell rang. Well, there's no voices and no one knocked on my office door, so I put it out of my head. But it got really interesting. When I finished up the session with my client, be assured she had my attention. I kind of forgot about it. Hubby came up to me and said, "By the way, a sheriff was here and he was looking for you." Whoa! Now he had my full, undivided, complete attention. Me, little old me. Turns out I had stopped to get gas that yesterday, and the gas station reported that I drove off without paying. Be assured, that's not what happened. So the officer was a very nice man, and he simply told my husband that I should go down to the gas station and get it straightened out, which I did. So I went down to the gas station, and of course, I had proof that I had paid, and they were very friendly, very helpful. They simply made a mistake. They didn't know. They didn't know. Somebody had driven off without paying. They don't get an immediate alert on the pump. Somehow they have to sort back. So they had it between three different cars, me and two others. They didn't know. Because they didn't know, they somehow zeroed in on me. And so they called the appropriate authorities. The sheriff showed up at my door. They didn't know. So it made me wonder, how often am I responding out of false information? So often when we're grieving, we're really, really hurt because somebody hasn't called or showed up. And I remember in those days of deepest grief, the default position for me was they must not care. Maybe I'm just not that important to them, or they've written me off and they've moved on. We don't know. When we're feeling that most incredible pain, it's our 24/7, it's our entire world. It can be really hard to see other possibilities. The truth is, the people who weren't showing up, first of all, a lot of that responsibility was mine because I was not good at having that soft underbelly, having that vulnerability. I was not good at letting people know what I needed. But they all had jobs. They all had relationships. Many of them had children. And I don't know what other peripheral things were happening for them. I didn't know. I made a judgment based on a small piece of information. It was huge to me, but it was a small piece of information. Be assured that has expanded over the years, and I'm not in that stuck place. But so often when I talk to clients, they are. When someone is not calling you, when that not showing up, I encourage you to remember that you may not know all of the circumstances. You may not know what's happening in their world. You may not know, are they sick? Are they healthy? Are they stressed? Are they busy? We don't always know what else is going on. Forgive me, I get a little dry. Um, we don't know. We can't see all the pieces of the puzzle from our perspective. That wonderful young man at the filling station did what he thought was right based on the little piece of information he had. when he knew more, when he had the other information, when he could see my receipt and see that I paid, he had to go look further and find out who had driven off, but he put it to rights with me. And by the way, he even called the sheriff's department and let them know it was all good. He had more information. I want to encourage you to ask for more information. I want to encourage you to love yourself enough to realize other people care about you too. You do matter, probably a lot more than you think. When we work together, when I'm your coach, that's a really typical conversation to have. The kind of question I would ask you is it true that no one cares about you? How do you know? What evidence do you have? I'm not asking for anyone to be argumentative. That's not helpful. And I'm certainly never trying to argue with a client. I am asking my client to have a more full perspective. What evidence do we have? Until we have that evidence, I really want to encourage you to know that you matter. I want you to know that your healing matters. I want you to know that that love you have for the person that you're missing is safe, that needs to be honored and respected. Remember to hold on to that love. These hurts, these pains, these wounds that come, let's talk about them. Let's find a way to open up the picture so we can find out what's really happening, so that we can find the way to take another step along that path through grief into healing. For today, I wish you a day of peace and healing. Chris, thank you for joining me. Know that I'm thinking about you, and know that when I say you matter, I mean it completely and sincerely. Namaste.